Hello, this is Charlene. We are going to be working on a literal equation. A literal equation just involves numbers and variables. The solution will be in terms of all the variables that are there. So all these variables, TC goes together. There's an R, there's an N, there's an F, but this says that we are going to solve for the N. So we will end up with this N all by itself. So it will essentially be N equal to everything else on the other side. But we're going to use order of operations to accomplish this. So order of operations, if we are solving for a variable, that means we're going to go backwards, and that means that we need to start at the bottom of the list, and we need to undo all the addition and subtraction first. So let's go ahead and rewrite our equation over here. We got TC is equal to 1/3 RN plus F. So the first thing, like I said, is to undo addition and subtraction. So we're going to undo this addition right here first. That's the first thing we're going to do. So let's see, let's go minus F on both sides, minus F and minus F. Okay, so like normal, a plus thing, minus thing just cancels itself out. So then on this side, I end up with TC minus the F, because they are not like terms. Even though they're variables, they are not like terms. And that's going to be equal to 1/3 R times N. And again, we are trying to solve for this N. So that means the N is what we're trying to get by itself. Okay, so what could I move away next? Well, the next thing on my list here to undo is multiplication and division. So the next thing I'm going to look at, the second thing, is going to be to undo multiplication and division. Well, this R and this N are being multiplied. So that's the next thing I'm actually going to undo. The R is being multiplied, so I'm going to undo it by dividing by the R. Divide by the R on both sides. That means these two R's will cancel out, and I'm left with this on the left-hand side of my equation. Okay, so if I rewrite that, it's going to be TC minus F divided by the R is equal to the 1/3 times the N. Okay, so now the only thing I have left is a fraction being multiplied times the N. Well, the best way, normally if I'm multiplying, I undo by division, but if you remember, if we divide a fraction by a fraction, we are really multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal on both sides, and that way this 1/3 and that 3/1 will cancel, and then that means that I'm going to end up with 3 times TC minus F in the numerator all over R, because this 1 in the numerator, or I'm sorry, the denominator, 1 times the R just becomes a plain old R. The 1 can disappear. Okay, so at that point, that is actually what N is equal to. Now, if I want to clean it up just a little bit, I can actually distribute this 3 into the parentheses if I want to clean it up just a little bit. So then let's go up here and rewrite it. So if I distribute, 3 times TC is going to be 3TC, and 3 times the negative F is going to be negative 3F, and that is all over the R, and that is still equal to just the N. So right there is the final answer for solving for the N. We just solved for the N, and there's what N is equal to. Okay, hopefully that helps. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you back soon. Thank you.